Hello everyone, please welcome and join me easy step of cooking in Indian and Punjabi style. I'm going to cook today a beef stew and I have beef meat. I already cut it into small pieces. I'm going to use 2 onions. I'm going to use ginger, 3 green chili. I'm going to use 2 potato. I'm going to use 4 fresh tomatoes. I'm going to use green peas, small cup of a bowl. I have a peeled garlic. I'm going to use 7-8 garlic cloves. Then I'm going to use 1 cup of olives. And of course at the end I'm going to add cilantro. Since I'm going to be making a tadka, I'm going to use my secret ingredient. This will be beside my other 2 potatoes. The potato will be part of my beef stew. I'm going to make into chunks. I'm going to use 2 tomatoes for my tadka, and that my secret ingredient going to be part of my tadka. It will bring the gravy into the nice smooth form. That's the reason I'm doing it. And I'm going to start it right now. I'm just going to cut into little small pieces. I'm going to add that into my food processor. I'm going to add olive oil at this minute, so we don't need to put it later on into our tadka. So while I'm doing slowly, I'm gonna make it run, and we're gonna keep cutting, and I'm gonna be adding my chilies. And as I say always, the garlic, you want it a little bit smaller in pieces so it won't get stuck on your blade. I'm going to use my onion as well into little small pieces. I'm going to use only 2 tomatoes. And the other 2 tomatoes I'm going to keep it at the end. Once my meat is ready, that's the time I'm going to add that. And so since my tadka is going, it's going to be a purified form. It's going to be real smooth. That smoothness is going to come with my secret ingredient. So we are almost there. And other thing I'm going to share with you that the olives I'm going to, since this beef will get cooked, I'm going to add at the last minute, but at this time, I'll add a few of them into my tadka. That's another kind of bringing the flavor and the taste, because some kids, they don't like it. This way, they don't even know that it's there, but they will eat it. And once you know that it's in your tadka, the olives are already there, then they say, oh, that was tasting good. Then they keep saying, okay, we'll eat it, and they will like it. So since my tadka is pretty much ready, I'm going to go and put it into the pan, and I'm going to cook it right now and we'll show it to you. Yeah, my tadka is ready, and I'm just going to show you that I'm going to cut my 2 tomatoes into small chunks. Same thing with my potato. I'm going to use when you're making a beef stew, you can use a lot of vegetables inside. especially the more famous carrots and even big onions. But the thing is, I won't add those into my cooking, because if I add, the kids won't eat it, and then it won't be a fun for me. So I know that they like potatoes, so I'm kind of make according to our taste, you know, that and so they like it. Once they like it, I feel better. If it gets spoiled, then you know, you don't feel like it doing it. So right now I'm gonna show you real quick how the tadka. I'll get back to you. Yeah, I'm going to turn my gas on high, and I'm going to cook my tadka. And this will I'm going to cook it really well, and it's gonna take like a 3 minutes, so 3 or maybe less. Again, if the gas is high, then I'm gonna use this one also. Again, add some water, and so no olive oil at this moment, because we already added into our food processor. If you look, let me close in. So we just started the gas. This is all natural. So we're gonna cook it. So after 3 minutes or so, I already have my meat ready. I have my chopped potatoes, my tomatoes. This tomatoes and olives, I'm going to add. The potatoes I'm going to add as soon as I put my meat. I'm going to cook meat a little bit in tadka, and peas I'm going to put along with it, and my tomatoes I'm going to keep it fresh. I'm going to add at the end once we are complete with the dish. The time I'm going to be adding cilantro, tomatoes, olives, and those gonna stay fresh. And my tadka is going on pretty on a high gas. I'm making the rice. My rice is going almost gonna be get ready. This going to be served with the plain rice, and they're gonna look real nice. If you look at the tadka already cooking now 2-3 minutes already. So I don't move too much tadka around because I want the tadka to cook well. So when it starts burning on the side, so just try to make sure that you know, you keep spinning your spoon, and I don't disturb tadka too much because that's my way of doing. I let the tadka cook. So it's gonna take since I added a lot different things, olives and all that. I'm going to cook a little bit more. So since I'm gonna making this gravy, I want this one turned into a little bit brownish color. And if I'm doing something else for tadka, maybe I'll keep it like a 3 minutes almost. So let me finish up this one, and once I'm done, then I can show you. I'm going to add my spices. My tadka is doing well, and again the salt is according to your taste. I'm gonna add turmeric, 2 small spoons. Then I'm gonna add my garam masala and my coriander powder, black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit. I know that the 3 green chilies I added, they are real hot. And cumin seeds. The seeds again, it's according to your own taste. And if you look at the tadka, how it's turning pretty good. It's turning out pretty well. So I'm going to mix it. So once my spices are all mixed, so I'm not gonna give too much time. This is the right time. Right now I can add my meat in there. I'm gonna cook the meat like with my tadka for a few minutes, and let me show you. Yeah, I added my meat. I'm gonna put my gas a little bit low, and I'm going to use my magic spoon. I'm gonna mix that with my tadka, And I'm going to cook this meat maybe like 5 minutes or so in the tadka. And it's gonna get more cook itself, then gonna become more tender when we're going to add some I'm going to add 1 glass of water, and that again the water I'm gonna keep it warm. So I'm gonna cook, then I'm gonna put the lid on. Once I put the lid on, then I'm gonna let it sit maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, 10 minutes the most. And you can expedite the cooking if you're staying here and you're just turning around to make sure that it won't burn or anything. But since I'm gonna let it sit, I'm gonna let it go. Right now I'm gonna add my potatoes in there and my peas as well. So it's a time right now because I just added. I'm gonna cook like a couple minutes. So the potatoes, definitely you need a time because it's like not big chunks, but it's good enough size of chunk. So I'm gonna add that in. I'm gonna add my peas in there. And I'm going to mix that. So at this minute, if I can add water, I can put the water in and I can cover with the lid, it will be fine. But what I want to do with the tadka, I just want to cook it, like at least 5 minutes. So it's about 2 minutes now. I'm going to give it 3 more minutes. And the gas is not high, it's kind of medium high. So I'm just going to make sure that it's not burning on the side or anything. It's already started looking beautiful. And kids will love it. I love like carrots inside. Matter of fact, I like onions in the big chunks. I cut the onions, I put those in. But I have noticed, I tried a couple times, the kids don't like it. So I said, okay, I won't put those things, So they like potatoes and peas, that is good. So I add and also you can add, I add garbanzos, beans too. So they all give you different flavor, and again, it's your, according to your taste, you can add. So I'm gonna wait 3-4 minutes. I'm gonna turn around a couple more times. Then I'm gonna add 1 glass of water. I'm gonna cover the lid, and then I'm gonna come back to you. My rice is almost ready. So let me get back to you. I'm gonna get the cilantro going. Yeah, I almost cooked this one like 4 or 5 minutes. And I haven't added any water since I washed the meat, and the water is coming from the meat. And now I'm going to add my secret ingredient in there. I'm going to add a liquor. It's an orange liquor. The reason I didn't add this one at the time I was doing tadka, because this liquor itself has a good taste of flavoring of orange itself. So this is called a triple sec, and it smells so good. So this is the right time to add on. So I want that flavor. I'm not gonna add too much, but I'll add definitely according to the flavor. It will make the meat more tender, and it will give the taste real good. And as each bite you do it, it's going to give you a taste of orange on your tongue. So like something you put orange inside, but actually it's not orange. And again, you don't want to dump the whole bottle, then the kids will be going like this, oh, Dad, so good. Your mom don't cook good. Dad, you should cook every day. So this is only giving a little boost to my beef stew. My beef going to perform real well with this kind of taste. And let me close in. If you look in my meat is already cooking. I have the curry is already there. That curry, the flavor, the texture itself, that's because of my secret ingredient. As I said, I am going to add 1 glass of water. Looks like I don't need it. I'm going to add only maybe half a glass. Because the reason I got the water, I had the meat cut and then I washed it. So that's where the water comes from. So I'm going to add half glass of water. Again, it has to be warm water. So I'm going to add that warm water in there, and then I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to let it cook like I would say 5 minutes. Then I'm going to come back. Right now I'm still cooking at a low gas. Didn't even realize the water gets so hot. So I'm just going to add that. I think half glass is good enough. I'm going to keep the gas low. I'm not cooking at the high gas. I can smell that orange flavor, the orange in here, and that is coming from my secret ingredient. So if I can zoom in now, I have a little bit curry because we're gonna have a plain rice. My rice is already done, and it's gonna be a perfect dinner. And only items I need to add, which I mentioned to you, that my olives, I chop my tomatoes into small pieces, my cilantro. Once this is gonna get cooked, I'm gonna leave this one. I'm gonna put the lid on. And matter of fact, I'm gonna turn my gas a little bit more low. For 5 minutes, I'm not going to bother. I'm gonna come back after 5 minutes. That 5 minutes, I'm going to stir around, and then I'm going to add my olives and my tomatoes, and then I'm gonna cook another 1 or 2 minutes, and then I will taste it. Yeah, it's about 5 minutes. I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to see how it's doing. It's looking beautiful. Beautiful smell. The most important part is that the potatoes. So if I cut the potatoes pressing against the wall, it's pretty much cooked. Look like it still need a couple more minutes of cooking. Again, I can cook this one at high gas faster, but I want it to let it simmer more. Then it cooks to more perfection. And right now the potatoes is still a little bit raw. So I'm going to cover my lid again, and as you see, my gas is really low. So I'm gonna cover it again, and after, I think I'm gonna let it sit maybe 3-4 minutes again, and then I'm gonna come back. And my rice is ready. If I can see how it's doing. Oh, perfect. It's beautiful. So it's pretty much done. So let me come back to you. Yes, 3 minutes more. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my olives and my tomato at this minute. Oh, there's a bucket inside. I left my door open front, so And now the potato look fine, everything. This one is pretty much cooked. This one takes a lot longer because the beef meat, I wanted to cook it to more perfection, because the other meats like a chicken, they cook real fast. And this one I want to take a little time. And then my secret ingredient that helps me if there is a, you know, anything related to the meat is not getting cooked well, so that makes it more tender. And I turn my gas a little bit high now since I added my olives. And it's pretty much done. I'm going to add my cilantro as well. And so it's gonna give that nice flavor. I can smell it, my secret ingredient, nice aroma. It's a beautiful smell. It's all smell like, you know, somebody has eaten oranges, they are peeling the skin, and you know how you smell it. And it's so nice. There is a secret about this, that even though it's a beef, it won't smell anything of meat. It smells more of like a fruit. So that is a perfect, and it's already cooked. This one takes like over half an hour to cook this dish. It's not easy to cook because of the meat. And I'm gonna, since I put it olives and my tomatoes in there, I'm gonna let it sit 1 minute with a high gas. After 1 minute, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna put it in the pan, then I'll come back to you. Yeah, hi, I already put it into the pan. If you look how beautiful it looks. The reason I put it, left it 1 minute more, because I put the tomatoes, and I wanted to feel, you know, a little bit the closeness to my gravy so it can blend in. Look at the, if I show it to you, perfect amount of gravy, in beautiful texture. I'm gonna try one olive, and I will see how the taste. The meat is perfectly cooked because you can bake it. It's so good, really tasty, and that orange flavors. Not that you only smell it, you can feel it too. As for my potatoes, perfect. My gravy with the peas, it's really good. That my secret ingredient bring this dish into a little bit sweetness, and then those green chilies, they give its own flavor. It's not a sweet and sour, but you can feel that little sweetness, and it's very tasty. I'm going to say that I really appreciate you guys for watching my easy steps of cooking beef stew, beef curry in Indian Punjabi style. Thank you again for watching, and I'm gonna see you soon with the new dish with my secret ingredients. Thank you and have a good day.